Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is AnaJolene and I'm the author of the Gloria MC series, the Moonrise Beach series, and the new Heartbreaker series. So I have one of my journals for 2026. This is the Ars Research Journal. It's my first time getting it this year, so I'm pretty excited about opening this up. We are going to unbox the journal and I will flip through it so you guys can see it if it's your first time like me, and I want to do a little bit of a pen test in the pages as well, so I'll get into that at the end of this video. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I mentioned, this is the Ars Research Journal. I believe one of the creators is Hank's Diary, and he does do a collaboration with another artist that does the actual artwork of this journal. Now, I have been seeing this journal quite a bit on Instagram, a little bit on YouTube as well, and I really fell in love with the layout of it. It has 4 quadrants, which I think will be quite interesting for me to try out because I have never tried it before. So I'm very excited about opening up. So I did get my order from my local stationery shop. I did actually purchase a few PET tapes. I don't think I will open these up today in this video, but maybe I will include them in another haul. But these little PET tape samples are from the shop Show Little Happiness, so I'm really excited about using those. They are her little like fashion girls. They're kind of like kawaii style, and I'm going to be using them in my traveler's notebooks to help decorate that. So I'm just going to put those off to the side. Let's actually focus on the journal. With my journal, it came with a few freebies. I don't know if it comes with every single journal that you purchase. However, I did get this from my shop. This is a page of little stamps. They are foiled in gold, and this is actually also designed by our studio, which I think is really pretty, so it does match. You can probably use this to decorate one of the spreads in here. And then I did get several of these little, I guess it's the Year of the Tiger, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, it has a little 4-leaf clover, which I think is really cute. And these are stickers, so I have a few of those. I might put one in my journal this week, and then maybe one in here too. But yeah, it's really cute. So this is the actual journal. Looks like this. So I'm going to open this up too and see what's there because I haven't seen it before. So the journal is A5 size. It does come with its own like clear cover. You don't have to purchase that separately, so I really like it. And then this year, this is the design. So the theme is the fortune, which I think is really cute. And then it actually gives you like a little bit of an explanation here on the side. So it says the theme for 2026 journal is fortune. In everyday life, there are always those moments when we just wish for a little luck. Inside this year's journal, you'll find all kinds of good luck charms, paper cranes for health and blessings, a tiny fortune cookie, a barn star on the door, a 4-leaf clover. I hope this journal can accompany you throughout 2026 and bring you plenty of good fortune along the way, which I think is really, really sweet. I love that idea. And then the actual cover here, you can see that it has more color than the previous years. It has this kind of blue pinstripe. And then you do get the fruits and tea, which I think is really sweet. There are like little illustrations all throughout, which I think is really nice as well. So let's go ahead and open this little package that comes with it. I'm really excited to see the little postcards that we get to help decorate the covers. Don't want to rip it, but I don't think I have a choice. Okay, so this is what's included. You get some clear plastic sleeves, which you can put these smaller ones in to kind of like help protect them. So let me show you these smaller card designs. So we have some minimal designs here, which I love. They're really pretty. Let's do it this way. So you have a few like black and white options. These are really pretty with the florals, and then the cat, which I think is super cute. They do have little notches here in the cover, and that's where you can actually put them. So if you want to change it up, you can always like put it like this and try it out. You do need to take off the cover and cover first in order to place them, but they're pretty easy. So you can play around with the various art styles there. What might be kind of cool to try is like use a different card for each season. So that might be fun to try, and they are quite thick, good quality. I really like them. So those are the smaller ones, and again, you have the sleeves to put them in if you want. Let me show you the larger ones. This one's really beautiful with the cherry blossoms. And then again, you have a little bit of an explanation there. And then you have this one here. And then this one, which has more of like the art style. Really cute. So again, you can experiment with having them on the front like this. These are A6 size. This one's really pretty. I like that one. I might use that one. It'll look like that. So you can have a play with that. And I like that they include this because I think it really helps in getting like your creativity like started. They give you a lot of ideas to kind of get you going. So I think that is really nice. This is a very creative journal, so that's what kind of drew me into this journal. So you have some blue there. It says 2026, La Bonne Étoile, good star. So it says Research Project Weekly Journal. So the reason why I wanted this is because it's a monthly and weekly journal. There are no daily pages. I find that that's a little hard to come by now, especially when so many companies love to put monthlies, weeklies, and dailies in all of their planners now. If it's not dailies, it's like lots and lots of grid pages. I just wanted something super simple. So I love the concept of this one because you can use your fountain pens and stickers in here, but it's not too much. So you get an overview of the year here, and then it goes straight into the monthly. As you guys can see, it's pretty minimal, which I love. However, they do have a little bit of decoration. These are illustrations here on every single monthly spread. It has a Monday start, and kind of like the take a note, it has quite a lot of room on the edges here, so it's perfect for decorating, making extra notes, pasting in pictures, drawing, things like that. So I really like this kind of concept. So let me show you all of the monthlies quickly so you can see here on this side all of the illustrations. Once again, they all seem to be like crystals, different types of crystals. And they actually might be birthstones. Yeah, they might be birthstones. This is actually my birthday month, October, right now. So it's the opal, really pretty. So yeah, they look like they are the birthstones because this one's topaz. Okay, and then it says plans for 2026. Then we go into the weekly planner, and this is the unique layout of the Ars Research Journal. You have the different quadrants on each page. So it goes from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can see up here, that's where the dates are. And then it says like the month and then the day here. You also get the lunar calendar. Here on the side, you have the month, the week, and a little mini calendar. Again, on each page there is a little illustration as well as a color palette that corresponds with the illustration on this side. So you'll find that on every single page. I love this one. Now I wonder if it'll be difficult to match my sticker kits with these illustrations each week, because for example in January I like to use a lot of blues because it's winter here, so I don't know if these colors here will necessarily match. Like for example, this is more of like a spring or even summer color palette, so I just wonder if I will feel the need to cover that. So we'll see as the year progresses and I find my style for this journal, because I haven't tried it before. It does say the month here on the side in Hank's beautiful handwriting, so I really enjoy that little aspect. And as you guys can see, most of the box here is blank. However, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5 lines. They are dotted lines, so if you don't want to use the lines, you can easily just, you know, ignore that and then just put your stickers or draw or whatever you like to do in here. But they are there for you as a guideline if you want to write. So my idea for this is to use my journaling kits. I think they'll be a good size because they're not too big, not too small. I can show you an example of one of my 2026 collections. This is Wisteria Garden, and I think the size will be quite good. You have a few scenes here. So I might mix between using these 2 pages of the journaling kits in here, because it even comes with like the scripts, so I can add those there for the dates. And then you have some ripped washi. So we have this available in white matte and transparent matte sticker paper. So I might experiment using these in here. Or I was thinking I could use the larger decorative kits. These are 9 pages. And we have them in clear and white sticker paper. I have the clear version right now, but these ones will definitely fit in here. You can use like the florals. I think that would be really nice as well. These are the largest style of deco stickers that we do, and I still think that they would work really nicely in here. There's lots of layering elements too. These are the scenes, so these are large stickers and they still fit quite nicely. So I think, yeah, they will work just fine in here too. So I'm excited about using these to decorate. They'll be nice to kind of play around with. So this is the Universal Monthly add-on, and so yeah, I think all of these would work really nicely. They will just add a little bit of color and decoration, but they still give you enough room to write. So I'm excited about using these different style kits that are available in my shop to decorate in this journal. I'm not going to flip through every single page of this, but you can see that they did take the time to draw something on every single page, which I think is so cool. So it goes like that for the whole entire year. Like I said, only weeklies and monthlies are in here. And then in the back, they kind of change things up. So here is the free notes section. And then this is the layout that they have, which is kind of interesting. It says specimens of daily life, and it kind of reminds me of like those like botanical, like, what do you call it? Like when they document the different like flowers or leaves. It reminds me of like that. I don't know how to explain it, but you have this little square and you can write about it, and then you even have like the date here. So what I plan on doing is any core memories that I want to remember, I will put them in here. I do have a Canon IV photo printer, so I can print from my phone quite easily, and I will be putting those in here. So you get several pages of that, which I think is really fun. And then we have the gift notes. So whether you are gifting or receiving, you can make a note of that here. So it says to and from, the date, and then the contents. So that's actually quite a lot of pages of those. And then also here we have the card folders. So I believe that they have a journal that just has like all of this, and you can use it any way you want. But again, you have the date and then some boxes where you can write different things. So again, any core memories that you want to remember can go in here. They don't have the recipes anymore. I think they took that out for this year, but I know in previous years they used to have a recipe section. And then they also have a free notes section, which is just grid. The grid does not go to the end of the page. It's just in the center here, but that's great for you if you want to do some collaging or something like that. You get several pages of that, and then at the very end here we get the color note. So this will be great if you use fountain pens like me. You can even use your watercolor paints, whatever, and and do some swatching, so that might be kind of fun to use. I do want to do a little bit of a test here on these pages because I heard that there was a paper issue for this year's launch. So that's a little concerning for me because you guys know I am a big fountain pen user. I love my fountain pens. I ink up several pens each month, and I do like a whole currently ink video up on my channel. So if you are interested in fountain pens and inks, you are welcome to check out those videos. I was really excited about this journal until they revealed that they might have a paper quality issue. It doesn't seem too bad from the pictures that I've seen online. However, I do want to test it out for myself because obviously I use different pens and inks that maybe they used in the tests. So what I'm going to do is we are going to test the paper for fountain pens and inks in this free note section. So I'm going to use this as a place for me to test out this paper. It feels quite thick. It's not as thin as the Tomoe River paper, but it feels a little warm, if you guys know what I mean. And by warm, I mean like if you have touched Leuchtturm paper, it's a little like that, if you know what I mean. It's not like a cool to the touch like Tomoe River paper or even like Moleskin or even the Midori paper that's in the Traveler's Notebooks. It feels a little warm and it has a little bit of grit to it. So it might be interesting to try these fountain pens. So I have 4 fountain pens here that I'm going to test out the paper with. The first one is a Japanese brand. So with the Japanese nibs, they tend to be finer nibs. So I have the ProGear Slim Mini. This is a Your Gray, and this has a medium fine nib. It's a 14 karat gold nib. I have my most used Pilot Decimo, again a Japanese brand. It has a fine 18 karat gold nib. Then we'll try out a German brand here, Kabeco. This is Kabeco Sport, the Macchiato in a fine nib. However, I did change the nib to make it a little bit more broader. I had to do some fountain pen nib repairing myself because I found that this nib was quite dry and not working the way I wanted it. So I did open up the tines a little bit and use a blade to kind of deepen the feed. So I did do my own repairs on this pen, so it's not going to be a traditional fine nib. I would call it a medium fine now after the adjustments that I've made to it. So we're going to try that out today. And then I have a Western nib. This is a Benu Talisman True Unicorn. This has a fine nib. However, with the Western nibs, they tend to be a little wider. So we're going to try some wet and juicy nibs on this paper to see if it bleeds through. So let's go zoom in and we'll do a little pen testing. So I think I'm going to start off with my thin nibs first. So we'll go with the Japanese nibs, and I'm just going to write here the pen. Some ProGear Slim Mini, Your Gray, and this is a medium fine 18 karat gold nib. I'm not going to write the ink, but the ink is Pilot Iroshizuku Fuyu Shogun, which is a gray blue ink. Let's try a black ink next. This is the Pilot Decimo Champagne Pink color. This is my most used pen for work. So I want to know if this pen works in here, because it'll be a make or break moment. So champagne pink, fine nib again. This is 18 karat gold. And I have platinum carbon black ink. It's a waterproof black ink. Let me try my modified Kabeco Sport. This color is Macchiato. This is actually my very first pen that I ever got. Quaco Sport Macchiato. This writes a lot better now that I did some repairs to it. So I'm gonna write here medium fine because I did broaden it quite a bit. This ink is Linen Toolbar Sesame Oil. And then I have my Benu, which is probably one of the more wetter nibs that I have in my collection. This is a Talisman model. These Talismans have Smith nibs. Okay. Now, you know what? I do want to grab one TWSBI because I feel like a lot of people use TWSBIs. I didn't bring it, so let me go grab that first. So here is my TWSBI Diamond. This is the Smoke and Rose Gold. I have it here in a medium nib. This is actually quite a juicy medium nib, so that's why I wanted to try it on this paper to see if it would go through. I actually was using this morning to write my book, so I actually wrote it dry and I had to re-ink it up this morning. So this ink is again a platinum carbon black, so same thing as what I have in here, just in a TWSBI nib. So let's try out this because this is what I use to write my books. If you guys don't know, I am a romance author. So let's test it out with this juicy nib. Okay, so with this one right here, you can see that it has a ton of feathering. You can see that here. So I would not recommend super juicy nibs like this. However, with that same ink in the Pilot Decimo, there is no feathering. So this is the only pen that I would say is giving me issues. Even the True Unicorn, which is definitely a juicy nib, it seems okay. Maybe on some of the letters here, on the downstrokes, it's a little feathering, but the TWSBI Diamond definitely has the most feathering. All right, now the moment of truth. Let's see on the back. Ooh, yeah, okay, so here is the problem. Every single one has bleed through problems, especially TWSBI, which is my medium nib. So that is very concerning for me because you guys know I love my fountain pens, and even with these lighter inks, like I don't find this Sailor, which is Pilot Arishizuku ink, and the Linen Toolbar inks to be particularly dark inks in my collection, and they are going through. So this is why I was a little nervous about this. So I am a little disappointed that the paper quality is not good. However, I will try and use the journal to see how I will like it. I think maybe what I'll do is, if I can't use my fountain pens, I'll just use regular gel pens. But I am really disappointed that regular fountain pens don't work so well on this paper. The other option that you can do is, if you are using stickers to decorate, you can kind of like cover them up where you have a little bit of bleed through with some of the stickers, and maybe alternate. So if you're writing on this area and it bleeds through, maybe on the following week you can put the stickers there and then write up here instead. So yeah, but I am pretty disappointed that we are having this issue. It doesn't make me excited to journal in it, knowing that there is such a drastic problem with the paper quality. So that is just something that I wanted to share with you guys. It's good that I was able to test things out here in the back before I did them on the weekly pages, but I am pretty disappointed. Like, this one is really, really bad. The other one's okay, like it's not terrible, but I am not someone that writes quite heavy, and I found that it still bleeds through quite a lot. So if you are someone that presses really hard on your paper when writing with fountain pens, I don't think this journal is for you. So we'll see how I end up liking it. I will probably film a few journal with me videos in here so we can kind of test this out and see if this will stay in my system, but I am excited about it. I think the design and the layout is especially unique. So yeah, I'm excited to give it a shot. Let me know if you grab this journal, if you have used it in the past. What did you use it for? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you have any questions, let me know down below. If you're interested, by the way, in any of the stickers that I share with you guys can always use the code SAVE10 to save 10% off from my shop. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.